This episode is brought to you by Odd Moos Pizza in Canby. Handmade awesome pizza plus craft beer, wine, and cider delivered. Order today at 503-263-8444 or visit them online at oddmoos.com.
This episode is also brought to you by Canby Foursquare Church. Since 1978, a place to grow, connect, and serve. Sunday services on campus and online at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Learn more at canbyfoursquare.com. Welcome to Now Hear This Canby,
your source for news.
The threat of a possible teacher strike was avoided this week.
There's a new, irresistibly cute creature winning over fans, and its name is Scootaloo.
Sports.
It's like Lucy in the football. You want to kick a field goal, but they take it away from you.
We had to learn how to win.
Goal can't be in the last second of the game! And interesting conversations.
Because I'm one of the strongest girls ever, and I know that for a fact.
I just really enjoy writing gossip as if I was a bear.
With an old maid daughter that make the best moonshine in the coast.
And if it would have hit me in the face, I think I would have died. I really do.
I guarantee you would have died, man. Are you kidding me?
Welcome to Now Hear This Canby podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm Tyler Clausen, and this is what's happening this week in our community. The Canby School Board will soon sport 3 new faces, as voters on Tuesday elected newcomers for all 3 open seats in the May 16th special district election, according to the latest unofficial results from Clackamas County. In position 1's wide-open 3-way race, 91 school area mom and former teacher Katie Iverson held a 15-point lead over retired senior service analyst Lori Boatwright in their quest to replace board member Rob Shevland. Local mom Julyn Rice was distant third with 8%. I'm thankful for the support I've had throughout this process, Iverson told Now Hear This Canby shortly after initial results were released. There are still votes to count, but I'm ready to be a voice for our community and our schools. In position 5, Mark Biggie, business owner and father of several Canby High School graduates and current student athletes, boasted an even larger lead over one-term incumbent Don Deppner. More than 2,000 votes separated the two candidates. I'm honored and excited to get to work, Biggie told Now Hear This Canby Tuesday night during an election night watch party with friends and supporters at the Wild Hair Saloon in Canby. And in position 6, retired educator Kelly Oliver had a lead of just under 1,000 votes over another one-term incumbent, Stephanie Carlson. I feel very encouraged with these initial results, Oliver said Tuesday night. Win or lose, I have been so moved by all the support from our community. Boatwright, Deppner, and Carlson had campaigned together on an ideologically aligned platform criticizing the district's academic performance, alleged inappropriateness of library books available to middle school and high school students, and claimed lack of transparency with parents. They, along with current board member Sherry Smith, also vocally supported a controversial push by 2 local parents earlier this year to review and consider removing 36 books from Canby High School and middle school libraries based on claims that they contained mature and inappropriate content. Their challengers ran independent campaigns, generally touting their experience and involvement in Canby schools and the community, supporting student achievement and well-being, and collaboration with parents, teachers, and community members. The trio boasted endorsements from several local and statewide politicians, including Republican State Representative James Heeb, Mayor Brian Hodson, Canby City Councilor Tracy Hensling, Sean Varwig, Jim Davis, and Herman Maldonado, and Newburgh School Board Chair Dave Brown. They were also backed by the Parents' Rights and Education PAC and the Oregon Family Council. The challengers were endorsed by the Canby Education Association, the local teachers union, and a smattering of prominent business owners and current or former educators and school administrators. Big E also earned votes of confidence from Republican Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer and former gubernatorial candidate and House GOP leader Christine Drazen. In other results, the Canby Fire District passes its request to increase its 5-year local option levy to 95 cents per $1,000 assessed valuation, allowing the district to hire new firefighters and emergency medical personnel and greatly increase operations for fire and medical calls. In initial results, 60.6% had voted in favor of the increase, while only 2,526, 39.4%, had voted no. In an open letter to community members in February, Canby Fire Chief Jim Davis explained the increase stemmed from a sharp increase in calls for service, primarily medical emergencies, that has outpaced the district's funding and staffing levels. If it does pass, the average homeowner would pay about $262 a year compared to $113 under the current levy. For tax purposes, assessed value is different and typically much lower than real market value. The levy is in addition to the district's permanent tax rate of $1.54, which cannot be raised under Oregon law, making the district's combined tax and levy rate $2.49 per $1,000 of assessed value. The new levy would add 6 new firefighter medics to the district's roster for a total of 24 serving the Canby Fire District. It would help staff the district's new Medic Station 363, which opened last summer, greatly improving response times in the north side of town. After a slow start, returns appeared to have topped the near record turnout for a special district election in 2021, 27.9%. and were significantly higher than 4 years ago when more than 80% of the county's registered voters failed to participate in democracy. According to the county's updated results, 89,377 county voters had returned their ballots, good for a turnout of 29%, which would be the second highest marked in a special district election in the county history since Oregon adopted universal vote by mail. A Portland law firm has been found guilty of legal malpractice after failing to identify zoning restrictions on land in Canby that was purchased by a cannabis business for an indoor grow operation. The verdict came as Lake Oswego-based Tidewater Investments secured a $4.9 million award in its lawsuit against the firm Emerge Law Group. Tidewater Investments, a cannabis business, had sought the assistance of Emerge Law Group to purchase 25 acres of land along the Molalla River in Canby for an indoor cannabis cultivation center. However, plaintiffs argued that the law firm failed to inform Tidewater about the land use restrictions that would prevent their plans from coming to fruition. It was only almost a year after the purchase that Tidewater discovered the property was within a floodway regulated by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and had a flood hazard zoning overlay imposed by Clackamas County, rendering indoor cultivation impossible. Tidewater attempted outdoor grow operations after learning they couldn't build greenhouses or other structures on the property, but it wasn't profitable enough. By the end of 2020, Tidewater had sold its dispensaries, its Aurora farm, and the property in Canby. Had defendants, Emerge Law, Selco, and Keeley, properly advised Tidewater regarding the floodway prior to the purchase of the Fairver property, Tidewater would have purchased a different property capable of a large-scale indoor farm operation under the model implemented at the Aurora farm, Tidewater's attorney wrote in a legal filing. This other farm would have provided the supply of cannabis necessary to become vertically integrated and fundamentally change the outcome of the business. As a result, Tidewater filed a legal malpractice suit against Emerge Law Group and two of its attorneys, Corin Selko and Jenny Keeley. During the trial, the judge dismissed Keeley from the lawsuit, stating that Tidewater hadn't presented evidence of her responsibility. After a 2-week jury trial, Tidewater Investments was awarded $4.9 million, which was reduced from the initial $7 million due to a finding of comparative negligence. The jury found that Tidewater had indeed lost $7 million, but determined that the plaintiff was 30% to blame and Emerge Law was 70% to blame, resulting in the $4.9 million award. Our clients relied on the counsel of Emerge Law and their team, which ended up costing them millions of dollars, Tidewater's attorney, Bonnie Richardson, said. Emerge Law has refused to acknowledge their responsibility. We are glad the jury has agreed, providing our clients with a measure of justice. Emerge Law Group said through a spokesperson that it was disappointed in and disagrees with the verdict, but maintains that it would not affect their ongoing work serving other clients. Hundreds of homes in and around Canby experienced a series of brief, intermittent power outages last week, which officials ultimately linked to a downed tree in a neighboring community. Those affected experienced 4 to 5 outages, each lasting less than 30 seconds between 9 p.m. and midnight on Sunday, May 7th. While many residents have become accustomed to outages during bouts of particularly bad weather, especially those who lived through the record-breaking ice storm of 2021, these blackouts stood out as they occurred during a clear, calm, and relatively windless night. Neighborhoods throughout Canby, served by Canby Utility, began reporting the outages on Facebook shortly after 9 p.m., while homes east of Canby, which primarily received power from Portland General Electric, were also affected. Local utility officials reported that the issue appeared to be related to PGE transmission lines that fed Canby Utilities substations, which PGE officials confirmed Tuesday morning. PGE spokesman Drew Hansen said approximately 1,600 PGE customers in West Lynn lost power that Sunday due to a tree on a line. Crews were immediately dispatched to make repairs, which were completed by 1 a.m. During this event, protective equipment on a PGE transmission line that serves Canby responded to faults twice, resulting in momentary outages for customers in the Canby area, Hansen said. We appreciate our customers' patience and understanding as crews worked quickly and safely to restore service. Prom season is in full swing. The Canby Center got into the spirit in style last week by hosting its first ever prom dress drive and giveaway event. The soft launch of this event was a success, staff said, with more than 75 dresses donated by the community members that were then shared with Canby High School students preparing for prom night on Saturday. Students and their families enjoyed an afternoon of treats and fun as they shopped for the perfect dress, completing their look with shoes and accessories. The goal of the dress giveaway program was to help make prom accessible to all students, regardless of their financial situation, staff said. While prom is often a highlight of students' high school careers, it can be a costly affair with expenses such as dress rentals, shoes, and accessories adding up quickly. This giveaway event helped students who might not otherwise have been able to attend the prom find a dress that they loved and looked great in. In addition to providing access to affordable prom attire, the event also created a positive and uplifting atmosphere for them to enjoy. Volunteers helped girls and their moms pick out the perfect dress, creating a personalized shopping experience that made everyone feel special. The Canby Center team was thrilled with the results and the impact it made on girls' families who attended, and was also pleased with the generosity of community members who supported the event. Staff said the Canby Center looked forward to continuing to support the community in similar ways in the future. Learn more about the Canby Center and opportunities to support its work, including its ongoing capital campaign and expansion project at thecanbycenter.org. For photos, find this story on our website at canbyfirst.com. Hey, Frankie, how's that new internet deal you just signed up for working out?
Not great, actually.
Oh, sorry to hear that. How so?
Well, my bill ended up being way more than I thought it would. I actually have this statement here. Apparently I had to pay more for high data usage.
Oh, yeah. Some providers will get you for that. Sometimes they have data caps, and they can slow down your speeds and charge you extra for going over.
So I'm being punished for using my connection? That doesn't seem right.
I'm with you there. What else does your bill say?
A lot. I had to pay extra for faster upload speeds, to get Wi-Fi equipment, and there's also this infrastructure fee. I looked that up, and it turns out it's a fee so they can build out their network, mostly in other cities and states.
I hate to say it, Frankie, but it sounds like you might have only taken into account the flashy sale price and not all the fine print charges.
You may be right.
You should switch your internet to Direct Link, Canby's local cooperative provider. They don't have any hidden fees and don't nickel and dime you for using your connection. Plus, Wi-Fi is included in your internet subscription.
That sounds great. I could really use a new router, and these data overage fees are going to add up really fast.
It couldn't be easier. Just give them a call and ask about Omni. It's their all-in-one internet service that includes Wi-Fi, enhanced security, great parental controls, and easy-to-use network management apps.
And there's really no hidden fees? They won't charge me for streaming and gaming a lot?
Nope. You get fast download and upload speeds, unlimited data use, reliable and secure Wi-Fi, and local service included with any Direct Link fiber connection. Give them a call today at 503-266-8111 or visit www.directlink.coop.
Okay, we've got a couple of guests on today, as well as my son Gavin here, who might be chiming in. Hopefully not, but Todd Koch with TMK Creamery. Hey, Todd, welcome back.
Hey, how's it going, Tyler? It's great to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining us today. And we also have, again, Mitch Puga, welcoming him back, from Vision Brewing Company. Hey, Mitch, how are you?
Tyler, good to see you again.
Awesome. How you guys enjoying this weather so far?
It's fantastic.
Awesome. Got a little bit of lag. Are you guys getting that too?
Out of the rain a little bit.
Yeah, beautiful day today. Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, let's try going off video. Want to try that?
Good.
All right. You hearing me any better now?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's sounding better to me. So, hey guys, thanks again for being on. Like we said, loving this weather. We're here to talk about a really awesome promotion that your two endeavors, companies are getting into this summer and this spring and summer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Todd? Why don't you start?
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. I think TMK Creamery and Vision Brewing kind of doing a collaborative campaign throughout the summer of basically drinking beers, and every pint of Vision Brewing beer that you consume equals 1/3 of a pound of grain that gets fed to the celebrities here at TMK Creamery, calling it Moos Brews. So kind of a promotion and a collaboration on how the waste product from brewing also is converted into helping the celebrities make some awesome milk to make cheese and ice cream.
That's really awesome. And Mitch, I know having been out to your guys' facility that the agricultural nature of our area is really important to what you guys do. I imagine that was part of your interest in being part of this and kind of showcasing a larger part of how this agricultural ecosystem, if that's accurate or even somewhat accurate, but how it all kind of fits together.
Absolutely. So normally spent grains would kind of just go to waste. So we figured out, if we can help someone out and actually put them to good use and have them go to a good cause and feed some animals that make some awesome product, we'd love to get involved with that, because we're all about, staying local, recycling all the stuff that we use and making sure that everything, is making the best beer that we can make. So it just seemed like a no-brainer there.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit more about practically how it's going to work. What are the dates of it? Is it just at TMK or is it at other locations as well?
So it's going to be at a few different places. Currently, we have probably around 5 or 6 different bars that are going to be around for it. FOB Tap Room in Canby, Jarbo's Grill in Canby, Bear Creek Pizza and Malala have all confirmed for us. And then we will definitely be announcing some other bars and restaurants here in the coming weeks. I think we're aiming to start sometime May 26th, I think. That's the target date. And then we should be going till September 3rd. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on those dates. I can get those to you.
Yeah, I think we're kind of shooting for Memorial Day weekend, just kind of launch, and then a Labor Day weekend is kind of a tally point where we can see how many people consumed or were able to consume enough beer and create enough, how many pounds of spent grain they were able to create for the celebrities.
Yeah, really capture that whole kind of what you're saying at the beginning, Todd, but that whole peak summer, just enjoying a brew type season.
Yeah, it's kind of a pint for a purpose situation where you're drinking beers and knowing that the spent grain that created that beer is going to the celebrities to create more cheese and ice cream.
What does the summer season look like for dairy production, Todd? Is it a slower season? Is it a challenging season? Is there a lot going on, or is it a little bit more laid back?
Well, as far as the celebrities go, they like the summer. They like the sunshine. They don't like it too hot, though. So once it gets too hot, they we have to do a lot of measures to make sure they stay cool.
You've got the whole swimming pool set up for them, the diving board. I've seen that. It's real great. They love it.
Yeah, we definitely have misters set up for them to keep them cool.
Okay.
So lots of fans. They're they kind of just chill and do their thing. Production wise, it's pretty consistent throughout the year, depending on the feed stuffs and stuff like that. But most of the time, it's pretty consistent.
Obviously busy with the aspect that you guys have with the agritourism, but just the pure dairy is not too busy.
Oh, no, it's good.
Yeah. Todd, why don't you tell me a little bit more about kind of your interest? Obviously, you guys over at TMK are all about the agritourism, all about the education and really showing the public who maybe don't have cows or don't have animals or livestock of any kind, and really are more of the end users, being able to showcase where food comes from and what all goes into it, and how you guys work really hard to produce the quality that you do. I imagine that was maybe part of this collaboration, where they can really even be the public can even be another part of that chain of helping to feed the cows that are then producing products that they may ultimately purchase.
Yeah, I think it was when we're talking with Mitch and Kevin at Vision Brewing, it was kind of just like what Mitch said, a no-brainer. This process is something that happens throughout the country, but not a lot of the end consumers get to see that process. And I think for us, it made a lot of sense to, because we like to be, we like to show people rather than tell them. We thought it made more sense to be a little more interactive with it, give people a little opportunity to, drink beer and know that that spent grain that created that beer is going to go to the celebrity, and then it's going to be upcycled again to be cheese and ice cream, and then that waste product from the cheese is actually going to be made into alcohol. So, I mean, it's kind of this continuous cycle, and it's really awesome to see, for us to see the end consumer be engaged in that. And I think this is a really cool and kind of fun collaboration with Vision Brewing that helps us showcase that to the end consumer a lot more.
Absolutely. You guys don't know how hard I'm fighting the urge to just break out into the Lion King and Circle of Life right now. So you're welcome for that.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Mitch. Wanted to ask you how important it is as you guys are kind of starting out on your business journey and starting out on this great endeavor with Vision Brewing. How cool it is to sort of see folks like the Cooks, and TMK come alongside folks who have kind of walked this road, obviously completely different industries and a different kind of situation, but still, kind of sole proprietors building their business by hand. Has that been really valuable to you guys, obviously just in the pure collaboration, but also kind of learning from them and getting the support of them coming alongside you and just kind of validating what you guys are working hard to do?
Yeah, definitely. So it's both of us are kind of like grassroots. We started very small and we built our businesses together. Also in obviously this collaboration, but just advice in general. If one of us needs some help doing something, it's a little easier for two small businesses to collaborate and help and really push that forward for both of us. So yeah, it's been invaluable. We've definitely had a lot of conversations about the market and general business, especially around Canby, local areas and whatnot, to make sure that we're both doing the best we can. And it's been nothing but good things from the folks at TMK. So.
Awesome. Hey, Todd, with the sun finally proving that it still exists and things getting a little warmer out here, I know folks are looking forward to the summer and some fun experiences around the Canby area. You guys, you want to talk just a little bit about, I know it's been going on obviously for some time now and some years, but your Friday nights and obviously now Vision Brewing is going to be part of that. Just remind folks what goes on out there and how they can come have some fun times out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're open Friday nights 4 to 7. Always have beers on tap, especially Vision Brewing now starting. People can get some of that. Usually have wood crust fire pizza on Friday nights. If not, we have the TMK food trucks serving up some food, and then open Saturday and Sunday 11 to 4. And Saturday and Sunday is usually always the TMK food truck serving up, all the local beef and cheese and ice cream and eggs, all from the TMK farm. So we would enjoy anybody that wants to come out and visit and see. You can see the celebrities in their environment and interact with them a little bit. See the junior celebrities and see how they live, and then come back and enjoy some pretty awesome food.
Are you guys showing off are doing tours of the still and things like that as well? The newer aspect of your business with the alcohol?
We will be. We're actually in the process of putting in a filtration system that's going to make that process even more efficient and bring, some of the waste products off the still that we can feed back to the cows. So we're getting that system set up. Once we have that going, we're definitely going to be doing tours for the distillery and a continuous ecosystem with that process as well. So we're not wasting anything that the celebrities produce.
Awesome. Mitch, we talked about this a little bit when I was out there at your guys' facility a couple months back, or maybe a month back, but remind us of what types of beers that you do have available to folks at TMK and at some of the other locations where you are.
So currently we're rocking the Baby Doll Blonde Ale, Scottish Ale, and the Hazelnut Porter at TMK currently, but we will be rotating those, I believe, as the summer goes on. We have a double IPA coming out here in the next week or so, 2 new ciders, as well as refreshers on more of the mango cider and the lime coconut cider. And then we're shooting for a hazy release probably in the next month or so as the weather gets a little warmer, and then finally a lager as we come towards the crux of summer here. So
wow,
definitely a lot of stuff to look forward. Absolutely.
Running the gamut. The blonde, I believe you said, as you've kind of built out these other lines, the blonde has kind of been your flagship for the first few steps of your empire here. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I would say the blonde has been the most popular beer for so far, and then shortly followed by some of our ciders, especially as the weather gets nicer. People are definitely crushing the ciders more. So
yeah. But the hazelnut porter and the Scottish, I know they're a lot newer and just kind of hitting the market, but they've been really well received, I believe.
I would definitely say that. Yeah, the hazelnut porter and the Scottish ale are definitely very complex beers, and they've been received pretty well in the community with people who like those kind of malty or dark beers, especially considering the hazelnuts that we use come from our own farm, and that ties into the same thing that everything we use, we want to make sure it has a home afterwards, just to make sure we're not, wasting anything. And with this campaign, I really think that we can accomplish that. So.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you guys both so much for taking time out to talk to us about this today. Is there a specific website or any information folks can find about this campaign, or do you want to just direct folks to your normal company and farm websites?
Yeah, tmkcreamery.com will have all the information. We're also, I guess, just to hit up real quick, Tyler, we're going to have some opportunities where people, when they have filled out punch cards, so they've drank 10 Vision beers, will equal roughly 10 pounds or 3 pounds of spent grain that goes to the cows. We're going to have a couple of events throughout the summer where they can bring the punch cards out here and actually get the spent grain that they help contribute to the cow liberties and feed it to the cow liberty of their choice. So kind of a fun interactive way to kind of promote the campaign as well.
Yeah, definitely. Be on the look for stamp cards and posters at your local restaurants and bars as the campaign gets into full swing here about May 26th or so. So keep an eye out.
Very cool. I love a punch card. I'm just one of those people. My wallet's always full of the cards, and I know they've kind of fallen out of style for some places, but I'm still a big fan. So I love that you guys are doing that.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. And then, Team K Creamery, you mentioned the website, social media as well. Vision Brewing, you guys have Facebook and social media as well, right, Mitch?
Yep, definitely follow us on Instagram. Take a look for our Facebook. We have Twitter as well, but we're very active on Instagram. So if you're on that platform, please definitely give us a follow.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much again. Love Team K. Love all the things that you do. I'm a new fan and loving Vision Brewing, and I love that you guys are supporting each other and helping each other out. That's really awesome.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tyler. Appreciate the time.
Cheers, my friend.
You too. All right. Cheers. Bye. Tyler, did you know that the Australian lyrebird can mimic any sound that it hears, even chainsaws?
No, that's super interesting.
Did you know that a baby puffin is called a puffling? Or that baby sea otters can't swim, so their moms wrap them up in pieces of kelp until they learn how to paddle?
Wait, do you know any trivia that isn't like animal related?
Not really, but here's some stuff you may not know about the Wild Hare Saloon, where Canby goes to eat and have fun.
Okay.
The Wild Hare is one of Canby's longest running locally owned restaurants. Owners Joan and Darren Moden have been in business for 16 years.
That's cool.
Heck, you were just a baby back then.
Wait, what?
And they love to give back. They've been members of the Canby Chamber for that long, and they donate over $20,000 to local sports, FFA programs, and civic organizations each year.
Wow, I'm legitimately caught off. That's cool.
Yeah, they also support more than 30 jobs in the community through their award-winning staff, some of them as young as 18. Hey, that's older than you are.
Dude, I'm 10 months younger than you.
With the days getting longer and the weather getting warmer, the Canby Wild Hare's expansive outdoor patio is the place to be. Furry friends welcome.
Well, that sounds great. I'm going to go check them out just off of Highway 99E next to the Space Age in Canby at 1656 Beaver Creek Road in Oregon City, or on their website at thewildharesaloon.net.
Yeah, I thought you might go meta and do happy birthday or something. We are... Oh, there we go. I think that might be copyrighted. Of course, we are at Canby Music with Brian Haynes. Hey, Brian, how you doing? It's been a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoying the weather?
I am, yeah. With somebody that has a kid in baseball, I welcome the nice weather.
Oh, my gosh, it was an awful start to the season. Not baseball wise, but weather wise.
Well, even Monday we had to call a game because it was raining.
Really? Gosh.
It was up in Clackamas.
Yeah. Well, as the musical interlude there alluded to, we've got some anniversaries coming up. Anniversaries.
Yes. So 2008, 15 years ago, I started Canby Music down the street.
Woohoo!
And then a handful of years ago, bought this property and renovated it. And it just so happens that, according to the records, it was built in 1923. And now it's 2023, which makes it 100 years old.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal because it was probably going to get torn down if I didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't in good shape.
Yeah. So they were hoping somebody's going to rip this whole block apart.
Yeah.
So it's lived to see another century.
Yeah, amazing. So we've got 3 years-ish here at this location for the store.
Yep.
15 years in business and 100 years for your new home, which is amazing.
Yeah. So we're doing great. We have I have the most employees I've ever had. We're expanding.
100 employees. No.
100
years, 100 employees.
Oh man, I don't know what I'd do with that. No. And so we're gonna have our party out front here on June 3rd, Saturday, from 11 to 2. We're going to have free food and live music and hopefully a bouncy house like we normally do. I need to go rent it still.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's available.
Yeah.
And maybe some other activities and maybe do some prizes and giveaways and stuff like that. But basically just a fun time to come out and get some lunch and hang out, and hopefully the weather will be cooperative.
Awesome. Yeah. What was that date again?
June 3rd from 11 to 2.
Okay, cool. June 3rd. And that's a Saturday, I think? Or?
Saturday.
Yeah.
That's Saturday.
Yeah. You've done these in the past, and they've always been a good time.
Yep, I've done them the last 2 years. Back at the old store, we used to do them, and then kind of went away from it. And then when we came over here, we decided to start doing it again.
Yeah.
And once again, I'm doing it last minute because it's not my forte putting together functions like this. And so I, drag my feet and feel like I don't have any time to do it. But we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And everybody's going to pull together, and we're getting the poster figured out today, and we'll post them around town so everybody can see it and hand stuff out at the store. And you're going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
You'll sing a couple songs with us.
I will. Yeah, I'll be, the people demand it. I'm always real reluctant, but they're like, I'm like Kristen Wiig on Saturday Night Live, don't make me sing.
You're like, oh, don't make me sing.
No.
Okay. Baby Shark it is.
Yes. That's one of the most requested. It is every time. 15 years is a big deal.
So, especially when I think about that, there are people that take lessons here and even people that work here that there was never really a time that they knew that the store wasn't here.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
But I started it when I was 29 years old.
Yeah.
And with not really any kind of idea of what I was doing.
Yeah.
And it's just worked out. It's something that the community likes. We do lots of lessons and band instrument rentals, which is all involved in the community. And I like that aspect of it. Retail is a part of it, but we're just really about being involved in the community and doing things that help.
Yeah.
The musical aspects of things around here.
Yeah. Take me back to 2008 a little bit. You were an active performing musician.
Yes, all through my 20s, yeah.
Did you kind of always have in the back of your mind that you'd like to start a business or do a store? No, you just wanted to be a musician.
No, I was kind of serious, with somebody who is now my wife, Sarah.
Yeah.
And so when we got back from the last stint that we were on, we were gone for 6 months playing.
She was part of the band too?
No.
She was just with you.
No. I mean the band was no. She was
here.
She was
okay,
here.
gotcha. Excuse me.
No.
Okay.
She flew out once or twice on that last one and hung out for a couple weeks. But no, we're out, and so we got back, and I was trying to figure out what to do. I was 29 years old, and I was worried about going into. It just seemed like that was a good time to end that. It didn't seem very. Not the direction I wanted to go. If I was thinking about getting married and house and all that stuff.
Sure.
So, anywho,
stability wise,
we got to be responsible.
Yeah.
You can't just be boozing it up on the road all the time. I was actually in Tigered Music with somebody, and which now doesn't even exist anymore. But we were in there, and he said, wouldn't it be neat if you could just do this all day? As I was buying some strings.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it would be kind of neat. And it just kind of started festering in my mind, and I decided to go out and start looking. I didn't even know how much retail space, costs.
Yeah.
And I realized in downtown it was a lot cheaper than, like, say, in Fred Meyer's.
Right.
And I'm like,
at that time,
everything's
changing now, but yeah.
But I said, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and do this. And my goal in life, my goal wasn't to make any money at first. My only goal was to not go massively in debt.
That a good goal.
That was it. I said, if this doesn't work out, I want to be able to step back out of it.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Right.
And so I didn't start big, and I didn't have a lot of inventory.
Yeah.
And people just started coming in from the first day asking if I did guitar lessons. And I just said yes, even though I never.
Right.
I had no idea.
Right.
And so I just said yes, thinking that maybe I'd find somebody that actually had taught before.
How did you learn the guitar?
I was a combination of. I was basically self-taught.
Yeah.
But I would subscribe to this magazine. Remember when magazines used to come to your house in the mailbox?
Vaguely, yeah.
And so there was these guitar magazines.
They were like spam emails made out of paper.
Yeah. but they would have different songs and different lessons in them, and so I would go through those. And my friend, when I started playing in junior high, he was taking private lessons.
Yeah.
And so he would come home from his private lesson, and then he'd teach me the Metallica song that he was learning or whatever.
Yeah. You grew up here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he take lessons locally or?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was from a store. I don't actually know who, because I know there was a piano teacher that came to their house, and it perhaps was just the same guy.
Oh, okay. He was secretly a rock god or something.
Yeah.
By day, he's like a mild-mannered pianist.
I have no idea who this guy was, but him teaching my friend helped teach me.
It was
and
Slash
so whoever you are,
Roses.
thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Awesome.
It's probably 70 years old now.
Yeah. Listening to this podcast, I'm sure. So anyway, you basically self-taught. You started this. I did want to ask how you kind of found the location. There are probably a few open spaces at that time, or
the original one.
Yeah.
So I just drove around town and I called the number on every single retail spot that had a sign on it,
and just got prices.
Got prices, and looked at them, and it was actually kind of down to the one I was at and the one that Motocross Direct is in.
Okay.
So he moved in like literally a month after me.
Yeah.
But it was more than I wanted to pay to be. So being on 99E apparently is a premium.
Yeah.
And so, but he's been there. Monty's been there ever since.
Yeah.
And so that's the spot I picked because it was visible enough and it was in my price range.
Yeah.
And I gave myself 1 month to open the doors. I had to figure out.
Which again, your price range was not massively in debt.
Right. I mean, I didn't even know how to order products like wholesale. Like I just started asking.
I would
around.
like one inventory, please.
Yep. Yeah, and just kind of grew from there. But it was the lessons.
Yeah.
That was the only reason that store made it.
And was it because people knew you and kind of?
There was a lot of people. Yeah, because I'm from this town.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people. And it's interesting, even to this day. So now there's a lot of people that I went to high school with that are bringing their kids here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's been, and then the store's been based around lessons ever since. People come here and they take lessons, and then they might buy something, or they might join band and they might rent something or get something repaired. But it's very much a teaching-centered store.
Yeah. What are some of the big lessons you've learned along the way?
One of the big lessons I've learned along the way, to always try to be nice and kind to people.
Yeah.
It's
a good life lesson.
Yeah. So when you're in a small town, especially, always try to, if there's a disagreement or maybe a potential disagreement, always trying to look for the good in it, because that's not the last time you're going to see them or somebody else that they know. And so there's that lesson.
Yeah.
Try to find some sort of common ground.
Yeah.
Other life lessons, be patient. There's a lot of times where things aren't going to happen.
Yeah.
And you just have to, whatever aspect of the business, because there's really like 4 parts of the business.
Yeah.
And if one part really isn't going anywhere, you just focus on the one that it is, and you let that and carry it and just keep chugging along. Oh, and I think maybe my biggest lesson was not to have too many expectations, which I didn't, which I think was a blessing, because I basically just rolled with the punches. When people came in and they were looking for lessons, I just decided to do that. If whatever I thought should be in the retail store,
you were open to.
I was open to whatever. People come and ask, "Oh, do you have this? Do you have that?" I'm like, "Okay, well, I better have this and that."
Yeah.
And I just let the people that came in the store kind of dictate what it was going to become.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I think that's a really, really good. Really useful piece of advice for anyone looking to potentially start a new business is to be flexible, right? Anything that really surprised you? I guess you learned a lot more about reeds for band instruments than you ever thought you would.
Right. So I didn't know. I mean, I was in band a little bit and choir a little bit, but definitely not a lot. And it was bass guitar.
Yeah.
And I did some other thing with guitar there.
Yeah.
So I was pretty limited in that area, and now it's become a pretty big part of the store. And, that's in no small part to a couple people that work here or have worked here that know a lot more about it than me.
Yeah.
And I've learned along the way.
Yeah. The last thing I just want to ask you, maybe, just, I guess, somewhat adjacent, although you grew up here and were part of the band and choir a little bit, as you say, but obviously we just won the state championship in choir. Canby High School did. But there's such a rich musical heritage in this community going back generations. Do you have any thoughts on kind of that and where you've seen that come from? Obviously, a lot of that is a lot of your clientele coming through here, folks that are part of some of that tradition.
Yeah, so Canby's really lucky that there's a lot of people, generations of people that support band and choir and stuff, and not only by donating their time but financially, and I do too, and anybody that buys the fireworks from the Canby Music Boosters on 4th of July, that money's going straight to the music program. People are like, oh, why don't you just go get your fireworks at Costco? I'm like, well, that it's not the. Yeah, you can get them cheaper at Costco, but that's not the point.
Right.
It's essentially donating.
Got some good fireworks there as well. I've gotten my fireworks at the booster stand quite a bit, and some good deals.
So there's some other schools that they don't have much of a budget to get instruments repaired or buy new instruments. Yeah, and so Canby's really lucky to have a lot of support.
Yeah,
with that.
Yeah,
and I get parents that come in, like, oh, this was my clarinet when I was, in school, and now we're fixing up because my daughter or whatever is playing it.
Yeah. I've seen, occasionally people even sort of disparage Canby a little bit as like, oh, it's just a sports town or a football town or whatever. Like, those people aren't paying attention. I mean, there's a big emphasis even in the school district on
I think Canby's a family town.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Yeah,
football's a big deal, but
sports.
So is a lot of other stuff. Yeah,
it's a big sports town. It's a big activities for families town.
Yeah.
And parents are looking for that a lot when they come here. They take their kid to baseball, and then they take their kid to guitar class, and then they go to dance or whatever. But they're all activities for their kids to interact with other people and learn a lot of life and social lessons and all that stuff, along with learning the instrument.
Absolutely. And here comes the masterful seg, because speaking of activities for families, June 3rd. Tell me the times again.
Yep, it's 11 to 2.
Right
June
here
3rd,
at Canby Music.
And it's all free,
Outdoors, but it can't be music.
Yep, outdoors in the parking lot. We'll have hamburgers and hot dogs and soft drinks and whatnot. There's no charge for anything. And, bouncy house, maybe some other stuff.
Yeah. Some tunes, some good times.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. Congrats to you and your team. 15 years is a big deal for anyone to survive and thrive as you have.
Well, we started in 2008, right when the housing crash.
Yes.
Happened.
Right.
And so there was
good
that.
Timing. Yep. Moved here in 2020.
We're right in the middle of COVID, and so we can overcome adversity.
Yes. Don't make any big changes or additions for a few years, please.
It would be World War III when I move again, I guess.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Hey, I'm AJ. I'm your local Odd Mo's franchise owner.
I'm Mike, co-founder of Odd Mo's.
And we're the hosts of The Odd Pod, a podcast about
life in the pizza industry. We're going to have on some franchisees. We're going to have some different vendors on. We're going to get a snapshot of what goes on behind the scenes in the pizza world.
Don't forget to tell them about the sports.
There's sports.
And the crazy wacky pizza that we have every Wednesday that we create. And we also have a special guest every week as well.
And I'm Gage, Odd Pod Senior Sports Analyst.
Gage, who gave you that title?
Me.
Oh boy. Find us on Spotify and Apple Music and the Podbean.
Now Hear This Canby is produced by me, Tyler Clausen. Our content director and star reporter is Tyler Frankie. And of course, our show is edited by Cameron Clausen. We also feature the vocal talents of Joy Struby and James Walden. So a round of applause to them. The song that you're hearing right now is Canby by singer-songwriter Olivia Harms, used with her permission. To find more work from her, you can visit her website, olivia13.com.
Now Hear This Canby is dedicated to preserving independent local journalism and redefining local news with our fun, fresh, and energetic brand of storytelling. Our sincere thanks to our local sponsors who make this show possible. Please show your appreciation by supporting the small businesses who support us.
The production of Now Hear This Studios, Canby's locally owned, full-service audio, video, and media production company. Our mission is to produce the best content in the universe, and we'd love to help you do it. Find us online at nhtstudios.com.
I will take a motion to adjourn.
I just moved it.
I didn't even ask for it, though.